Welcome back to the Dorm Room to Boardroom podcast. We are back in Dorm Room HQ. It's always good to be home base. Another very special guest. I say that every time, but it's true. Charlie, I'll let you introduce him.
Yeah, 100%. So I've known this guy for a pretty long time, just from running myself and being in the running community. We're going to get into all that a little bit later. But without further ado, Kevin, how are we doing today?
Good, boys. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Of course, thanks for joining us. We always start off with the same first question, and Charlie, you and Charlie are good friends, I guess, or you've known each other now for 4 years. I'm not sure that I know you as much as Charlie does. So can you tell us where you're from, where'd you grow up, and how'd you end up at Babson?
Yeah, I've known Charlie since freshman year?
Yeah.
Or it's going to Yeah. I actually grew up in Hong Kong. I was born there. So I moved here when I was super young. So I guess I grew up in the U.S. as well. I went to school here my whole life. Went to prep school, which was a good time. And then, yeah, honestly, I didn't even know about Babson until I applied. I got rejected in the first round, I think.
That's the second person that's
Yeah,
that's
I-
here on the pod.
Didn't get in. I think I did the other. I don't know what it is, the third thing, and got in. So it was immediately I'm going here. Only thing I knew about it was that Babson was entrepreneurship, and that was always something I've done. So, yeah, that's how I ended up here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The rest was history.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So where did you grow up? You're from Mass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're in Mass.
Wellesley.
Oh, wait, yeah. You're Wellesley.
Literally, my house is there.
Yeah. I knew that.
But you live on campus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because last year I didn't, but this year I want to be with my boys.
Yeah. We always say that. We were thinking about one year or it was last year. We were we didn't know if we were gonna be able to get a suite, so we were all right, maybe we should go off campus, and then we're absolutely not.
It's not bad actually. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know, but living with your boys, that's the thing. You're not gonna be able to replace that.
Exactly. True. Yeah. So kind of get back on topic here. I know you mentioned you came to Babson because it's big entrepreneurial school, all that stuff. So did Babson spark your entrepreneur spirit, or was it more so you kind of always had it and it more so enhanced it?
Honestly, I think I might have a unique perspective on this. I don't think Babson has gave me any sort of entrepreneurial drive or spirit.
Yeah.
It's the cliche again. The first thing I remember was selling candy, when I was young, out of a tissue box. And it was this, and then I saw my first brand in high school. It was a sportswear brand, which is, I feel it's crazy. Everything leads up to everything.
Yeah.
So did that, then which is kind of fun. But we had our first ever gateway into this. But yeah, I don't know. I think school is, especially Babson, it's there's such a culture here where yo, we gotta start a business, man.
Yeah.
We gotta do that. Yeah. And everyone's there's so much pressure on that. But I don't think entrepreneurship or doing this is something you can learn in school.
Mm-hmm.
The past 2 years I've been doing management, I've learned 10x the amount I could in the classroom.
Yeah.
And just because eating you have those guardrails.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot different than when you're in the real world.
Yeah.
Failing has some consequences, so you kind of have to make shit work.
Yeah.
Whereas in SME, it's kind of you fail. It's oh no, you still get an A somehow though.
So to play devil's advocate, I will say it's being around people that have a similar mindset and spirit, that makes you better. So for me, it was always look to my left, look to my right. Everyone's doing something cool, so that's what made me strive to be better. So I agree that you learn by doing, but also the people you're around, I think, is important, and I think that's what Babson does a really good job at.
Yeah, I think for me, sorry to interrupt, but
No, yeah.
I don't think school is that, or at least for me, I don't think it's that important now. But it's honestly the people you meet that encourage, and I guess the network. I'm somehow that helped me out.
Yeah, 100%.
In this niche, but I think that's the most important part for sure.
Yeah, I agree. So tell us about Runner's Mood.
Yeah.
tell us what you're building right now, what it is for people that don't know, and how's that going?
Yeah, so Runner's Mood is a running community media platform. I guess we're a creative media platform. It's hard to define one thing that we actually do. Obviously, facing out, we have our media, right? We have, you know, I guess we treat us as like a high sobriety of running. It's you know this too. Like running has been gone crazy the past couple of years, and it's like been a huge sport forever. But it's just like the past like 4 or 5 years that this thing really.
You're seeing a spike in like running community.
Exactly, and all these,
Everyone has Strava now.
like all these brands are coming up now, run clubs, whatever. But so yeah, we sort of cover more on the community side and like the actual broader, um, the broader brands and community side instead of like more sort of specs. And we're not really like cover like all this hell weight dog. So we have that side, the media side, but on the back end, we do a lot of like studio work, their brands. So actually consulting brands and actually, do activations. So we're a huge like activation space studio on the back end, but also in production. So, it was not like one particular.
When you say activation, what do you mean?
Yeah. So like events, essentially activations, or like, for example, like, hey, on the better drop a pair of shoes, like how can we actually help you guys show up in person, like that front up and like how do you actually like create a strategy where these shoes are going to sell instead of like running ads or whatever. We actually do in-person bands.
So how did you start Runner's Mood? When did that happen? And then like, do you have how many people do you have working for you? Like, give us all.
That's a fun story. It actually started on accident. Like I never intended to start it. I was so bored in class, really. I'm not gonna lie.
No way.
Yeah.
At Babson or at okay. I started this.
My sophomore, like spring, my sophomore year. So it's been it's been less than 2 years.
Racket growth though.
Yeah. So it's actually a funny story. So I was bored in class. Like, this is stuff I was consuming in school. Right. Then my whole Instagram feed was just like running brands or running, and like I've always been into fashion. So it was that. I had a brand back, like I was trying to start a brand back then, and I've seen these like there was 1 or 2 pages back then. I was like, yo, I want to get my stuff featured on there. So I kept DMing them, but I was like, dude, why am I doing that? I'll just like start my own. So in class I started the account and just started honestly like day by day just started posting stuff I thought was cool. And yeah, I mean, I guess there was no expectation internally or externally back then. So it was just like just doing
It
it.
was just because you like to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like a big reason to why it was able to grow at that pace is because like I didn't have any pressure. It was just like, yo, I'm like just doing what I like. And then that's literally how it started. So it was on purely accident.
Yeah.
That's insane. But now we've scaled like a pretty decent team. I brought in a co-founder who was at Babson, but he transferred.
Okay.
In June, and then we built. I think now we're at 9. We just recently
Employees.
during but yeah, I mean, we brought on 2 like videographers. We started to build a team in Australia, and are slowly doing our Europe side as well.
That's insane. It's crazy. That's crazy how it can all start from one Instagram page, and now you have like events in New York, and you're like gonna maybe sign some people and like that. So that's super cool. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. So were you always a runner, or
No.
did you get into running and your feed got kind of taken over by all the running stuff, and then you're like, screw it, I'm gonna start this. Like shit, this is my job now. I was like, yeah.
I was never actually. I couldn't in a million years. I could never see myself being a runner because like growing up, I was a very chubby kid. Like, but I played sports growing up, whatever. But running was always like a punishment. It's like a cliche, but it is. But Tommy actually got me into running.
Thomas. Yeah, no way.
So, it was freshman year summer. He was staying at mine, and we're like, yo, let's go on a run. I was like, nah. I was dead afterwards. I was like, shit, this is kind of, whatever. And just like started doing it a little bit. And then it's like the gateway, and you like start seeing plans. You're like, oh, that's dope.
You get addicted a little.
So you start following like Luke Hopkins at Ian Fons.
And then just started running more and ran my first marathon with Tommy. And it's just kept beating.
Yeah. How many marathons have you done?
1.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say it's like, yeah, I got a half coming up soon.
Nice. Nice.
So you touched back to the business side of things. So you said how you're kind of building a team in Australia. I know you said you're in New York this weekend.
Yeah.
So are you traveling a lot? How are you coordinating with guys in Australia while you're here? Like, give me logistically how everything works in your business, or is it kind of just you learn by going?
Oh, definitely. So, yeah, dude, honestly, like, one thing I would say is people take themselves so seriously in business. Like, they think like, oh, yo, I'm like, I should go on, I gotta lock it. But like, we're all learning as we go, right? Like, I'm learning.
But you're doing good. Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it.
Yeah, but no, it's just like, you know, yeah, I travel a good amount, LA, New York. You know, we're going to London and Berlin soon. But I don't know, it's just like a lot of time zones and texting.
And when you're traveling, what are you doing? Where are you going? You're setting up events, you're coordinating.
A lot of times it's events, but a lot of times it's like shoots. Like
Okay.
if a shoe brand, for example, we're doing one right now with Salomon.
Okay.
That's why I'm going to New York and I was in LA. But they're dropping a new pair of shoes and you know they're hosting. This is like it's like brand to brand, but um, it's like being like their like events media. Essentially, that's one part of what we do. But in like a creative way. But also like a lot of times we're doing like activations around big moments, like major marathons. We'll do like events. So New York City Marathon, Chicago Marathon, we did one.
Are you guys doing anything for Boston?
Yeah, we're playing on some stuff right now.
Keep it top secret.
Yeah, that's sort of what we do like travel wise, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, were you saying something? I was gonna say back to your point on like, when you realize no one really has their shit figured out.
Yeah.
It's so true, and the higher up you go, like you see people, like even what I do in the creative marketplace, you see people where it's like, you think they have all their shit figured out, but in reality, they're just like you, and I feel like, I wish more people could actually understand, like knowing that and being like, wow, they can do it, then I can do it, and it's like
Yeah.
we're just normal people, you know. Which I think is it's so cool because as you go up the ladder, you're like, wow, that person I thought was way above me
Yeah.
is just a normal person.
Exactly,
Right.
bro. Like every founder, bro, like is, you know, you're learning every day is something new and every day there's problems. Like today, like I had to deal with some stuff as well, but like every single day there's something new. You have to come up with ways to like solve it. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's like we're all people and like
Yeah.
we it's not that deep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you have a story about maybe the coolest person you ever met, or the biggest person that's ever followed you guys or interacted with your page, or a cool brand that you're like you never thought would reach out to you to try and do business?
There's a couple actually.
Okay.
I remember the first. So preface this like in the beginning of the brand, it was like just an Instagram boot. Right. And I was like, man, I gotta like bring this in person. I know I need to make this a real thing. And then we hosted our first pop up in New York. Like there was like maybe 10 people. Like 8 of them were my friends.
Still dumb that you got too random.
And
At then.
yeah, and then the next one we did, I don't even know how it came along, but we did a collab with Runways, which is one of my good friends. He owns a club. It's a run club, but also it's with Action Bronson in Newburgh. And I think we had like 400-ish people show up down. So that was our first big one. And Action Bronson obviously was sick with me and him and everything.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
And what is that like when you're like, okay, there's 400 people at an event.
Bro, yeah, that was interesting. Like the first time we did, I was like, I just felt like I didn't know what I was like doing to myself, and then like every single one after that just kept like topping it.
Yeah.
Like we did one in June, which was also crazy. Like cops were like shutting down the street. Right. Yeah, and I guess like the back to your question, man, the coolest people. Obviously like there's brands that I always look up to, like since like high school. I guess like there's a brand called ASRB that I used to like, really love. Like the founder hit me up and like we're just going back and forth. Represents a huge one.
Represent and
Yeah, so
that's sick.
It was, I don't know, like me and George and like just working with them. We did a collab with them in New York. That was sick. Um, and then the UVU guys as well. Like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
And so at one of these events, like
Yeah.
what do you do? You guys run, or it's like a meetup, or do you go buy stuff? I'm just
Yeah.
trying to like
it's
Envision it.
yeah. So we're not a run club. Like
yeah.
there's a million of
Yeah.
those right now, but what we do is like we treat it as like a block party sort of. So we'll bring in a food partner, whether it's like a food truck or like we actually host it at a food place. We did it with the Apollo Bagels in New York a while ago. But people come gather, we go run, come back. There's always like a DJ, and some like food. But each one is different. Like with Alan in Chicago, we did a full like mobile sauna on the beach.
That's what.
Yeah, so it's like
So it's pretty much just like cool shit.
No, you're kind of
Yeah.
you're like getting creative with exercise with running. You're trying to make running an experience and like
Yeah.
fun and interactive, meet new people, and that okay. Now like I'm trying to like
because honestly, like people, because again, people take things so seriously.
Yeah.
Running, it's like, oh, I gotta hit this PR, I gotta
Yeah.
go fast, whatever. But like, yo, we're just people, and like, let's just have fun and like sit and not put so much pressure on yourself. And like, how do we make something that's people actually want to have fun at? That's sort of what we do.
Yeah, it's like good for you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like you might not really have an answer to this question, but how'd you come up with the name Runner's Mood? Or was it also just kind of in class random? ChatGPT, give me some names.
I was like thinking, because like all the other like ones had like runner or monument, and I was like, I gotta put that in, but it was supposed to be runner's mood board. It was like battery board. But I was like, that's too long, so runner's mood. There was really no good lean behind it. I still think the name's kind of like dumb sometimes.
I think you built the name up to where it's like it feels legit and
Yeah, because it relates back to our ethos as well. It's like we're celebrating the human side of running.
Yeah.
We're really trying to, celebrate like the mental side as well and everything. So
what are your plans? Like how are you guys gonna keep growing? Is it just
Yeah.
hosting more events or what are you guys doing there?
So events is like a small, like we sort of shifted our strategy a little bit. Last year I think we hosted like 20 activations.
Oh wow.
This year it's like less about that. It's like scaling the actual studio side.
Okay.
So like on like working with more brands, but we worked with some of the best brands in the world, like Saucony, On, New Balance, or still talking New Balance, but these big shoe brands where like just keep doing these things, but also like come up with stuff that has never been done before. But also we've got some really cool friends coming up this year, and with
We'll have to keep our eyes out for it.
So another question I had was, how does Runner's Mood necessarily like generate income? Because it's like it is an Instagram page, and it's like you guys probably do some sponsorships. These are media platforms. Brands come on and they pay you for your platform almost. Or how does like the inner workings?
Yeah.
You don't have to share. You don't have to share too much about it.
Yeah, just like a very. Is it basically you're just getting paid by the brands to create content and be creative? And
Realistically, like for us, the Instagram page is like our like brand page, right? Like that's just like a small part of the brand. It's like every brand is on Instagram. It's essentially that. In that case, we are like Hype Beast or like Raise Variety or whatever, or both. Like we act as a media like partner for a lot of these brands. We'll get like PR from them. We'll that's one part of this business, but the biggest part is our like agency in the back end, where we actually work directly with these big shoe brands or like smaller brands, right? Like we actually come up with strategy. We actually just that's like I guess
Like it's like a marketing scale and on the back end, or do you help like more the launches of stuff?
it's realistically because the reason why these big brands need us is like they are so big and there's so many it's like so many like levels and red tape inside their corporation. They're not as agile as us, and like the thing is we're so tapped into community like all around the world. We can go to Korea tomorrow and host like a activation. We'll have 100 people show up. Like that's why these brands need us, because we can act fast.
You guys almost like a focal point to the community.
Exactly, and like we're not tied to one brand. So yeah, we could essentially, yeah, like whatever moment a brand needs.
Yeah, that's super cool. That's super neat.
I feel like a lot of people will see your brand or whatever and not know half the things that you're telling us right now. So, so I literally thought I was
It's great.
yeah. And I feel like we're all learning, so it's great for the viewers. One of our last questions: where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? 5 years and then 10 years. Where do you see yourself with the brand? Stuff like that.
So for the brand, we're working on two things right now. We're working on the store.
Sick.
Yeah, so we're working on a store right now and our first magazine. So like an actual print mag. So that's a short term. The store is gonna be sick.
Is it? Where is it in New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're that's
Crazy that a store is short term. It's like for anyone else that are long term, I'm opening up a store.
That's what I'm saying.
How soon is that gonna open? You think?
I can't say, but like.
Cause we're gonna move to New York in the
Oh, you
summer.
are?
Yeah.
So I.
You have to go on some runs. Comes to the store.
Like that's it's still crazy to me. Like every time I do one of these things or like think about the thing we're doing, it's like, oh shit, like what am I like? What am I doing? Is like but I guess like more long term is like opening multiple of these. But like Runner's Root is sick and I love it. But I love food a lot. And like definitely want to do something within food. We're gonna test it with the store, like a cafe and like some stuff like that. But I definitely maybe see like me opening a restaurant or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick.
What type of food?
Uh
What type of restaurant?
I had this idea like I'm not. I want to do like a bacon, egg, and cheese place, but I care a lot about ingredients. So it's like you don't watch like I don't like shitty food.
Yeah.
So it would be like the best ingredients you can get at like a fast casual format. So
Yeah. All right, that's you don't have to tell us more. I like so it's like food that's actually healthy. You know what I mean? Because like
you can't,
you go to Dunkin' and it's just absolute shit food.
or just like honestly like a regular restaurant too. Like
Yeah.
just serves food. Cause you know my diet is so simple.
Dude, same. You give me eggs, rice, and beef.
That's
I'm all set.
yes, that's how I.
I like it.
So one other question I had was, like, you're going to New York literally tomorrow. You're in a frat here, full-time student, gonna open a store in short term. Like you have a lot on your plate. So how do you go about balancing that? And you also have like a crazy social life too. You're not just working all the time. So how do you go about balancing and managing all your time?
I don't think there's like really balance. I'm not gonna lie. I was more involved like before the business, obviously. Like I was like, I was super involved in camps, but now it's like everything in that bracket is like a supplement.
Yeah.
Like I don't really care about school that much. Like
I mean, yeah.
I thought I like have an easy schedule this semester because I picked like art classes or like poetry classes, but like bro, the workload is crazy. But
You got 2 papers.
I don't think there is balance. Like I think the main thing is if you are working on something, like I'm sure you guys know this too, like all you can think about in your head is that thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like 24/7, and it like it's a good or a bad thing, right? Like I genuinely don't think I can think of other things every single day.
It's a good. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, so like there is no balance, but the beauty of it for me at least is like I enjoy it so much. I don't see it as work at all. Like going to these places, traveling, working on this is such a privilege. Like I wouldn't have it any other way.
And I feel like that's a lot of people fail to understand. Like, why are you working so hard in the library? Why are they doing this and that? And it's like, I don't view it as work. It's something like I like to. It's almost like a hobby, and it's like the money you make from it is just like
Honestly,
a side effect.
just like honestly, like the first year I made $0. Like I didn't care at all.
Yeah.
Like we were doing sick stuff the first year, but like I was just doing because I think it was so dope, and I'm meeting like all my heroes.
Yeah.
Like I literally met like everyone I looked up to, and yeah, I wouldn't like do it anything like any other way. And like just it's just like if you got to do it, just gotta go 1,000% into it.
Yeah, 100%.
So awesome. It's insane how many people are like doing cool shit like you. And if you
No, I'm serious. I thought you had like an Instagram page, like connects with the whole brand, but like open your own store. Like I feel like that's the whole reason we kind of started this podcast, is because
you walk around campus and you're like, someone doing something, this person's doing that, but when you get to sit down, have a conversation with them, you could actually hear in detail what they're doing. And I think that's the whole point. And it was great having you on today, and we really appreciate you coming on. We know you're gonna do big things. Can't wait to come to the store. The last thing we always like to leave off with is shout yourself out, shout out your brand. Where can they find you?
Well, Kevin Yuen on Instagram,
Yeah.
Runner's Mood.
On all
On
platforms.
all platforms, just Runner's Mood. Yeah.
Store coming soon.
store loading, just down below. All right, well, we appreciate you calling out. Yeah, thanks, Kev. Hell yeah, dude.